video game!
So I saw the news today that the new Fable game coming out from Xbox has been delayed to 2026. Fable is one of my favorite series, but what's weird about this is we have not got a Fable game since Xbox 360, guys. Well, actually, the last Fable game we got was this one, but I don't really want to go there. Fable in general, like Fable 2, this is one of my all-time favorite games. I love these games, the original 3 Fable games. So they announced a new Fable game, and they had put out a teaser trailer. And I saw this, and I'm like, oh no, here we go again. Because what I didn't like about the Fable teaser trailer was how realistic it looked. Because if you look at, like, I got the other games here, and it might be hard to see on the back of the box, but if you look like at the art style, like here's Fable 1. It's like fantasy animation, and there's a lot of humor in these games. And so, like, it's you know, there's serious storylines, but there's a lot of, you can go around farting on people and burping in their face and stuff, right? It doesn't take itself too seriously. So, like, the art style kind of goes with that stuff. But you see the Fable trailer, and it's like, why? It's trying to look realistic. I'm like, why are you trying to put this game in a realistic world? So I had red flags from the first teaser that they put out. So I've been a little nervous. Yeah, kicking the chickens, right? Kicking the chickens. So they put out this realistic trailer, and I'm like, what are they going to do? Make this a serious game? Why does everything have to look so freaking realistic? But anyway, we'll get to that because we got new gameplay footage we're going to watch. But first, let's get to the news, and I read this on IGN, written by Wesley Yin-Poole. Fable delayed to 2026. Microsoft reveals brand new pre-alpha gameplay. Microsoft has delayed Fable from its 2025 release window to some point in 2026, while also providing a first look at brand new gameplay. Can I say I also don't like that? Like every game does this. Like when they come back, they just call the game what it is. Like they call the game Fable. Well, there's already a Fable. So now there's like, I don't like when you have to add the year. You know, like Doom. Oh, Doom 2016. Mortal Kombat 2011. I don't like that stuff. Continuing on. Fable is the upcoming reboot of the Xbox franchise made famous by the now defunct Lionhead Studios. It's in the works at UK studio Playground, which is known for the much-loved Forza Horizon series of driving games. In the latest episode of the Xbox podcast, Craig Duncan, formerly Rare studio head who took over as head of Xbox Game Studios last fall, moved to reassure fans that this new Fable game is definitely worth the wait. I just want to start with, really excited about progress, Duncan began. Really excited about where Playground are. We previously announced the date for Fable as 2025. We are actually going to give Fable more time. I don't like when they use actually, this is me just being a bitch. Actually is one of the most overused words. Actually and literally. People use that when they don't need to use it. Why did you have to say we are actually going to give Fable more time? All you had to say was we are going to give Fable more time. The actually is not necessary. Anyway, moving on. We are actually going to give Fable more time, and it's going to ship in 2026 now. While I know that's not maybe the news people want to hear, what I want to assure people of is that it's definitely worth the wait. I have unequivocal confidence in the Playground team. If you think about their history and legacy for Forza Horizon, the last few games, critically acclaimed, 92 Metacritic, award-winning, beautiful, played great. Okay, sure. The Forza Horizon games are great. They're great racing games. They make great racing games. That doesn't just give me automatic faith that they can make a great Fable game. I don't think that goes hand in hand. I hope they will. I hope this game is going to be amazing. But just saying, oh yeah, they made Forza Horizon. Oh yeah, they had 92 Metacritic. That doesn't do anything for me. They probably planned it to release Christmas, but GTA is eating games to next year. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if that has something to do with it, and they're just not going to say. And just what they're bringing to Fable as a franchise, just think of the visuals of what you expect of Playground games plus amazing gameplay. I don't want the visuals I expect of Playground games. That's the point I was making earlier. Like, they make beautifully realistic looking racing games, which fits that world. I don't want that in Fable. I don't think it fits. We're going to see if that's what we're getting at. I haven't watched the gameplay yet, but we're going to see it and see what they're doing with this. But the first look at it, I was very nervous. British humor and Playground's version of Albion. That scares me. Playground's version of Albion, so inspired by what's gone before with the franchise, but their take, and quite frankly, the most beautifully realized version of Albion you've ever seen. This whole paragraph scares the shit out of me as a Fable fan, because I don't want Playground's version of Albion that was inspired by what's gone before. I want lion heads that we've all grown to love, not just to be inspired by what's gone before and their own version of it. No. I want an updated version of what we fell in love with. If you get too far away from what the game series is, you're going to lose people. So when we hear like modern takes, their version, inspired by, that stuff scares me. Especially the most beautifully realized version. I don't need that. I want like cartoony-ish style. It doesn't have to look realistic. So really excited about the plans and really excited about the future. I want the community to understand that we do these things for the best of the games and the teams, and ultimately that results in the best game for the community. I'm all for delays if they need to happen. I'm tired of games coming out broken. I'm tired of games coming out that need an 80 gigabyte patch day one. I'm tired of, oh, here, we'll take your $60, $70 now and we'll fix it later. I would rather a game be delayed, have all that crap fixed, and come out polished. So whether it's like Six suggested that it's GTA affected, that could be. If it's because the game needs polish, the game is not going to be in its best state possible in 2025, I'm all for pushing it to 2026. So I know like people get upset when games get delayed, but in the long run, it's going to be better. Yeah, I hope it's nobody's version of Fable. Like, I just want, like, yeah, we're going to continue what's already been laid out and give you a new experience in that world. That's what I want. If it's anybody else's version of Fable, that scares me. But we're going to take our first look at this. Wow, this looks nice. Yeah, to me, this is okay. Let's go back, because first off, the towns do look nice. The design of the houses, I like the way the houses are designed here. The town doesn't look too bad to me. I mean, yeah, it still kind of looks like it's going for like Hogwarts Legacy, you know, looking like that. But this right here, this is too much for me. When I imagine Fable, this isn't what I see, a realistic forest that looks like a real forest with a real horse. You're going to be running around, farting on people looking like this? Like, that's not Fable. You don't think it looks too bad? The forest looks too real? Yeah, but see, the tone of the game is my point. Like, this is beautiful. But for the tone of Fable, in my opinion, if somebody who's been playing Fable games since 2008, I think, was the first time I played Fable. Like, that type of humor doesn't seem like it fits in this realistic world to me. I may be wrong, and I hope I am. So it looks like they still got the basic, you got your weapon combat and you'll have magic spells. And they were pretty basic in the original Fables, but it worked. The combat in the older games was not complicated. It was just pretty much hack and slash, right? Pretty much button mashing. If they're gonna try to make this more Dark Souls-ish, that style combat, I like, that's another thing. Like, I don't think that fits. You know, some of the stuff was looking like Final Fantasy 16 combat to me. Like, I just like going in there, mashing buttons and throwing your spells out in the old games. I don't need high-tech combat in Fable. I don't know. This could just be a me thing, right? I don't know what the other Fable fans think. It looks very realistic. It does. Hopefully not. Yeah, I don't. But like this scene, it looks like she's trying to bait him, block, parry, all that stuff. You know. Like to me, that scene looks like they're trying to get the Dark Souls combat people to be interested in this game. I would rather have a button masher like the older games. Okay. All right. Well, okay. Well, we got a positive there at the end. You can still kick chickens. Okay. They put that in there to make people like me feel good, I think. Like, don't worry, it's the Fable you know. Not gonna lie, that does make me feel a little bit better, seeing that you can punt a chicken. I probably would have thrown in a fart or a burp too, you know, but you always like going to the pub and getting fat. Yeah, that was another thing. The body size would change throughout the game. How do you do that in this style? And also, I feel like they're gonna make you use this girl. Instead of, like, you could just kind of make yourself and you could be good or evil, and your face would change depending if you were good or evil. This is my worries. Will the style of Fable fit the art style, realistic art style? I'm very concerned about that. I'm very concerned about the combat being too technical for the series. But if we're going to keep the Fable humor, like kicking the chicken and stuff, maybe there's some hope here. Maybe there's some hope. I hope so. I want this game to be really good. I'm just a little bit nervous, but I hope I'm wrong.